Quizás, no, Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. I want to believe you can hear me now. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Very good. Sorry, there was a little bit of challenge with the um audio. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me now? Hello, I believe you can all hear me now and it's loud and clear. All right, thank you very much. Um, okay, so we've spent the past more than 15 minutes trying to fix the audio. So let's just get right to it. Good morning once again. Good morning, all traders. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen as well. Happy holiday. It's Eid El Malud. I hope I got that right. And as a result, our offices are closed for today. But of course, the market is not on holiday, as we are all aware this period. It's very much available for us to trade. And I really do hope we're getting to spend some decent time with family as much as I am. And of course, you are still able to reach out to your account managers. If you have any pressing issues that need urgent attention, and all of our online channels are also very much available. Uh, Additionally, don't forget our we have the slingshot bonuses, so to say, that are currently running for an opportunity to supercharge your trading potential. The offer is designed to give your trading an extra boost and help you reach your financial goals even faster. All right, without further ado, and if you are just joining us for the first time too, this is our usual morning market review. And on this forum, we get to take a look at what's going on in the financial markets and also with an expectation that we'll be able to pick a few entries and trade ideas from these sessions. Holds every Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. And you get to meet with our analysts on a daily basis. And also with the hope that when you have listened long enough, you are also able to come up with your own strategies that will give you an edge over the markets. All right. Let me start with, as usual, forexfactory.com to see if we have um, any high impact news or any news events that can impact price for today. Forexfactory.com. Okay. All right. I believe we can see my screen. All right, Shukubi, thank you for the confirmation. All right, today, okay, Monday 16th. All right, we really don't have any high impact news that can impact price for today. Uh, it's quite scanty. Bank holiday and some low impact news as well. All eyes will be on will be for the card news tomorrow, and also the retail sales data for tomorrow as well. But even much more important is Wednesday, federal funds rate. This is going to have a very high impact on the dollar, and it may even force direction for the rest of the year. That's quite a possibility there as well. So, as much as we have high impact news for tomorrow for the Canadian dollar and for the US dollar as well, like I said, all eyes will be on the federal funds rate. This year is a really big deal, and there's probably going to be a rate cut, but what would actually impact the market more will be the magnitude of the cut. The consensus is towards a 25 basis point cut. But if it goes as high as 50, then it's going to be really huge for the dollar. It's going to be really huge for the dollar and the rest of the major pairs as well. So that's one to watch. All right. And then before then, like I said, 1:30 p.m. for Canadian dollar tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. for US dollar retail sales tomorrow as well. Okay, so for today, we really don't have any high impact one that would impact price. So let's just head over to MT4 to check out the technicals. Head over to MT4 to check out the technicals. Okay, so I have MT4 up. Can we also confirm we can see my screen? MT4. All right, thank you for the confirmations. Okay, all right. Yeah, so this is MT4, and then usually I like to start with the dollar index so that we can understand the direction of the dollar itself, and then we can easily apply that to the rest of the major pairs as well as indices. So for the dollar right here, of course, it has been very bearish, uh, as you would all agree. Now, all of this right now is the daily time frame. And then recently, price got to this 2023 low, this area right here at 100.5. You can see how significant this price level has been to the value of the dollar. You can see here, right here, 100.5. If you continue to look back, you will see more significant points for the 100.5 level, how it has impacted the price of the dollar. And right about now, currently, price is beginning to break below the 100.5 level. Price is beginning to break below this level. Now, this right here, if eventually at the end of today we get a convincing close below 100.5, then we may expect further downside moves for the dollar. We may expect further downside push for the dollar. And if this signifies weakness for the dollar, then what it means is that the likes of euro, dollar, pound, USD are expected to be bullish while we have that. Now, there is also a possibility that this may break below, and then we get it closes back above 100.5 and then price gets bullish from there. There is also that possibility. So what I'm going to be looking out for as price is breaking below 100.5 is a convincing close and then a follow through move from that point. What do I mean by that? We get a convincing close below 100.5 and then price continue to push lower from there. Then that would confirm the bearish continuation for the dollar. And like I added, if on the other hand, we get a close back above 100.5, then what it would mean is that the whole of this place would be a fake out, and then we can expect price to push higher from there. Now, let's see what it looks like on 4 hours now. Okay, this is what we have on the 4 hours time frame. How about 1 hour? Okay, this is what we have on 1 hour. Now we see this long bearish candle. You see this long candle. So the expectation now on this 1 hour may be that we get a push back to 100.5 and then price starts to push lower from there. Or we may not get a retest, price may just continue to push lower from that level at the break of support, which is very, very significant to the price of the dollar, like I highlighted earlier. So, overall, in summary, this means that the dollar currently is weak, especially as it is breaking below 100.5, which is supposed to be a critical support level for the dollar. All right, so let's see how this translates for uh, euro dollar and pounds dollar as well. All right. Okay, thank you for the responses. I saw the questions and the responses. Thank you very much. Okay, so euro dollar now, euro USD. What do we have for euro USD? Okay, you can see all the while that the dollar has been bearish. We can see because the euro dollar is an inverse of the dollar. So we can see how this has been rallying. And then it got to this high at 1.12. And from that high, we started seeing lower high and lower low. Now, currently, okay, let me do this to highlight that point. Now, this is also happening on the daily time frame. So from this high now, we got this low, and then we got a pullback, which is a lower high, and then we got a follow through, a lower low, and currently this is supposed to give us if the downtrend would continue, then it is supposed to give us a lower high as well, and then we get a lower low from there. But currently, because of the dollar weakness, because the US dollar is currently weak, that's why we're seeing this push. That's why we're seeing this push. Uh, Ideally, the pullback should have ended somewhere here around this 1.11 area because initially it was support. We expect that same level to be resistance here. But now that price is above it, that means that the 1.11 level will now be acting as support, has now turned to support. This level right here has now turned to support. Now, this does not also mean that I jump right in for a buy. No. Now, we're supposed to buy at support or sell at resistance. We're supposed to buy at support or sell at resistance. Now that this is now breaking above resistance here. So let's head over to 1 hour time frame now. Okay, now this is what it looks like on the 1 hour time frame. This is the same 1.11 level that I was pointing out to us on the daily time frame. This level now is expected to act as support, and then the next resistance is at this price level. So because of this bullish move right here, this may be a good opportunity for a buy. Maybe a good opportunity for a buy as long as the dollar stays below 100.5 level that I pointed out earlier. Yeah, as long as the dollar index stays below this level, then we can continue to expect further push to the upside for the euro dollar and even for the pounds dollar. So this is a good opportunity for a buy, a good opportunity for a buy trade. Okay, that's it for euro dollar. I got a feedback from my DME that the audio is skipping. Can we confirm the audio is still very good, loud and clear, or is this skipping on your end as well? Lower Toby is asking if it's possible for dollar JPY to reverse. Okay, audio is good. All right, thank you very much. So Adeyemi, you will have to check your end. Um, all right, thank you. USD JPY to reverse so. Okay, let's see what we have on that. Now this is USD JPY. This is USD JPY. And then because of the dollar weakness, like I pointed out to us with the dollar index, that's why we're seeing this bearish move on USD JPY because USD here is the base currency. And this move, it is now breaking below this support. It's now breaking below this support. You said, now, how do I know it's a support? I'm using the Fibonacci tool to measure the trend so that I can see the important levels. And now that price is breaking below the support area, that is suggesting further push to the downside. And the next support area would be towards 137.5, be towards 137.5. And then if you look back, you will see how this same support level here, let me use a horizontal line to highlight it, this same support level here, how it has impacted price in the past. You see, even at this level, price stopped here and then started pushing, and then we got that rally from that point. Even at this level, you see it was resistance. See it. So that's why I know that price is now breaking below support. It's breaking below the support area. And then the next support would be towards 137.5. Okay, so that means it's still currently weak. And again, if you look at the structure that we have here, of course, you see, it pushed to the downside, it got some correction, it pushed to the downside, created a double bottom. Price should have gone up from there, but it failed, created a lower high, and now we're seeing a lower low. Right. And now we're seeing a lower low. So this is still a sell. This is still very much a sell. All right, so that's for USD JPY. Let me see the other request before I get back to my own instruments. USD card as well. Okay, so that would be bearish as well. All right, so that would be bearish as well because the dollar is currently weak. Okay, so USD card, again, this is daily time frame. This is daily time frame. And then I see some consolidation right there. Let's check what it looks like on 4 hours. Okay. How about on 1 hour? Okay. Said it's quite stuck within these two levels. Quite stuck within these two levels. So to take advantage of the dollar weakness on this pair, what I need to see would be a break below this support. What I need to see here would be a break below this support. Price is currently a few pips away from this support. And then because the dollar is currently weak, you do not want to jump right in for a buy, even though price is at support. So what we need to see here is for price to the support, break below the support, and then we can now consider taking sales from there. And now consider taking sales from there. As it is now, this is currently more of a consolidation. It's been moving sideways, mostly from this resistance to this support, back to the resistance, back to support, back to resistance, and now back to support. All right. Well, for gold, has been quite interesting. Has been quite interesting. For the past 2 or 3 weeks, price has been stuck within this range between 25.30 and 24.75. You can see a lot of sideways movement at this area. And eventually, we got a very convincing break above the resistance. We got a very convincing break above the resistance. And then we also got this follow through candle, even creating a new high. So as it is right now, um, of course, still very much bullish, but currently the price is really high. Currently, the price is really high, and then also close to resistance at 2600. So as it is right now, I need to see a pullback before I can join this bullish move. Number one, I need to see a pullback, see some correction, or price breaking above uh, the resistance at 2600. So, number one, I get a pullback to uh, the trend line. I get a pullback to the trend line, that trend line area. And then if you look back, you would also see how significant this trend line has been. Now, price recently closed above 25.30, recently closed above 25.30. And then if you also look at the moving average, it's currently at that area as well. So before I'm going to go long on gold, I need to see some correction. I need to see some correction. I need to see some pullback there. Number one, I see price correct towards towards this trend line, and then I can now begin to look for opportunities to buy, or it comes back to 25.30, that would be even more interesting. Now, you may also want to take advantage of that pullback for a sell. You may also want to take advantage of that pullback for a sell. But you must bear in mind that you are trading against the trend, but you're trying to take advantage of the pullback. So now, what would further confirm that is if we get a reversal pattern right there, and it has already happened on 1 hour. It has already happened on 1 hour. We got this bearish candle, and then we need to see a follow through on that. We need to see a follow through. Okay, and eventually, if we now get a close back above 2600, then would expect the bullish move to continue. Would expect the bullish move to continue. I remember when price was within this range, I was telling us that if we get a break above the 2530 resistance, then we may expect further push to the down to the upside. We may expect price to push higher, and that's what we got right here after this bullish candle. And right about now, price is now currently close to this resistance at 2600. So, like I said, you may get some correction from that point. You may get some pullback, maybe towards the moving average, get some pullback towards the moving average, and then that would be another opportunity to join for a buy. Or if, on the other hand, what we get is a close above 2600, then that would also confirm that it still has further upside to go. All right. Yeah, the massive sell, I would say, uh, is possible because we see some traders exiting their positions. A lot of traders would have joined after this breakout. A lot of traders would have traded buy after the breakout of this resistance. A lot of traders would have gone long, and then that effect may be as a result of those traders exiting their positions because it is now close to a resistance, now close to a resistance. It's now close to a resistance. That's for Yemi Ogedengbe. Uh, Otonye Thomas, it's on your chart. You just need to go to your market watch to locate it and then add it to uh, your chart bar. All right. All right. So that's it for gold. Uh, Euro USD, pound USD, of course, very similar. And you can see that the pound dollar too has been pushing up as well. Of course, because the dollar is currently weak. Okay, so let's go back to it. Pound USD now, and then I have this trend line here that dates back to uh, even end of 2023, has been impacting price since the end of 2023. You see it here as support, here as support, here as support. Price broke below it, now started acting as resistance. If you push forward, you will see more points. You see it right here, and then here price broke above it, but we didn't get a follow through there, and then price is now trading below that trend line currently. And as it is now, it is approaching that same trend line, now acting as resistance. So at this trend line now, we may get some correction. We may get some correction at this trend line. And then the currency to watch here would be the dollar, would be the dollar. If we see further weakness of the dollar, then this will continue to push to the upside. This will continue to push higher and higher. Now, this level two is one point to watch. This area here, of course, acting as resistance is one to also watch. So if we get a close above the trend line, then the 1.32 level would be the level to watch. Because if eventually we get a close above that, then it will continue to push higher, continue to push higher, as long as dollar remains below 100.5. If the dollar bulls are unable to claim this 100.5 level, then we can expect further weakness for euro dollar, uh, sorry, further bullish move for euro dollar and pounds dollar as well. Okay, so we've touched on euro dollar, we've touched on pounds dollar as well. Uh, I would like to show us this euro pounds as well. So I'm a fan of euro pounds because this would eventually create a fantastic trade opportunity. It has been mostly sideways. You see, it has been mostly sideways. This is H4. Okay, let me head over to H1 as well so that it's clearer. All right. It has been mostly sideways, pushing between this resistance, this trend line resistance and trend line support. Price has been stuck within that range. So if eventually we get a close uh, above the trend line resistance, we get a close above this, then we can expect price to push higher from there. Or if on the other hand, we get it close below the support area, then we may also expect weakness from that point. So this is an instrument to watch as well. The euro pounds, this is 1 hour time frame, and we can see that consolidation, sideways movement. All right, for the euro pounds. Okay, let's touch on US 30 as well. See quite a number of requests for that. Okay, it's US 100 I have here. All right, so let's just start from here. Okay, um, this is US 100. This is US 100. And then we saw this move to the downside. So that's a trend. And then we got this pullback above this golden Fibonacci level at 61.8. All right, so right about now, price is close to the same 61.8 level. So that's the point to watch. That's the point to watch. Now, if you see this, we have some sort of a potential for a head and shoulder pattern. Let's see. Okay, we have the text right here. We have a potential for an head and shoulder pattern. So this is the head. And then right here, we have the left shoulder. And then we got this right shoulder as well. Okay. Now, of course, your head and shoulder pattern is a bearish reversal pattern. But in this case, we did not get a break of the neckline. We did not get a break of the neckline. So this is the head right there. This is the left shoulder, and this gave us the right shoulder. But like I said, we did not get a break of the neckline right here. So what that means is that, and because that did not happen, we now started seeing a push to the upside. And currently, it is now close to the 61.8 price level. Now, this level is a golden level as far as Fibonacci is concerned. So you may want to wait, even though this is currently bullish, you may want to wait for price to break above the 61.8 level before you start considering taking your buy. Before you start considering taking your buys. Now, this is daily. This is H4, and then this is 1 hour. Okay, so like I said, this is a to watch for US 100. This is a level to watch. So I need to see a break above. So if you jump right in for a buy, you jump right in for a buy, then for you to confirm that it will continue to push higher, then you must see a close above that resistance, or see a close above that resistance. So we got okay, so we got a consolidation period right here, and then price broke above it, pulled back to the resistance, pulled back to the resistance, which is now acting as support, the resistance of that consolidation. So what we have is this. All right, that's the consolidation phase. And then price broke above it. And then we're seeing a retest as support. So what it means is that if we get a reversal on this 1 hour time frame, I'm sure it must have happened on 30 minutes. All right, it's already happened on 30 minutes. Okay, so this would also be a good time for a buy for US 100. For those of us that are asking, this will also be a good time for a buy. And then it's also sitting on the 50 period moving average as support as well. As support as well. This is Ernest. For me, the doji would signify indecision. So if I see a doji, that means I would need to wait for further confirmation before I start looking at uh, direction, before I start looking at the direction to trade. That's for Ernest. And then Alebode, why to the highest and lowest speed in US 100? Yeah, you take highest and lowest to measure the trend, to measure the trend. I did that on the daily. So if you look at the daily time frame, price pushed from this high and then to this low. And that's why I'm measuring it from the beginning of the trend to the end of the trend so that I can get the pullback levels as price pushes higher. As price pushes higher. And that's why I'm able to get the 61.8 level, this level here. That's why I'm able to get that level. I am Felix. Yes. Let me go back to it. Okay. So, as you rightly said, this is a gap right here. This is a gap right here. And then we also expect that gap to be filled. Also expect that gap to be filled. But at the same time, uh, if it's unable to uh, close back above 100.5, then we may not see this close anytime soon. We may not see the gap filled anytime soon. For the gap to be closed, we expect the dollar index to be bullish. That is, close above 100.5 and then towards the gap point, towards that gap that was formed. So I'll be looking forward to the gap being filled if price is able to close above this uh, resistance, now resistance at 100.5. If I see price close above that level, that would be fantastic. And then I can expect that gap to be filled. I can expect that gap to be filled. All right. Okay, I pointed out euro pounds already. How about pounds JPY? How about pounds JPY? All right, the same thing here from resistance to this support. We got that trend from point A here to point B here. All right, so the Fibo is from A to B, and then to measure the trend, and then so that we can have an idea of where we expect the pullback to get to. In this case, it was a few pips away from the 50 level, was a few pips away from the 50 level right there. And then it gave us a bearish engulfing candle. And then we see price pushing to the downside. All right. Now, at this point, for me to take a trade, okay, this is daily. Let me take 4 hours. Okay. So price pushed to this point, and then we're seeing a lower move. How about on 1 hour? Okay, on 1 hour, we're seeing some bullish move. So what would happen here is for me to take a sell, I would need price to come towards this initial support. You could see that throughout this period, this level was supporting price until we got this close below it. All right. So as it is now, I would expect price to push back to that support, which is now resistance, and then I'll be looking to take my sell trades from there. I'll be looking to take my sell trades from that point. Yeah. Fortunately for wisdom, I just did. I just touched on um, pounds JPY. All right. If you check USD JPY, you see that it's quite similar as well. US 30, US 100, also quite similar. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, firstly, I want to know and then I see this resistance right here. This is US 30 now. I see this resistance right there. Now I have this push to the upside from this low, and then we got this pullback. Okay, so let me see the extent of that pullback. So I'm going to take it from the low point to the high, and then this pullback got to the 50% level, and then it started pushing higher from there. All right, so head over to 4 hours. And then to 1 hour time frame. So we have this. current level, and then I can now look back to see if this level that price is currently sitting on is anything significant. And then what do we have? Okay, we've had multiple touches at that same level. We have it here, we have it right here as support, also here as resistance. So it means that that current level is significant. Okay, so what that means is that because this current level has now given us some form of reversal, that means we can expect price to continue to push higher as long as it is above this level. So if it stays above this level, then we can expect price to continue to push higher towards the next resistance. That's for US 30. That's for US 30. That's for US 30. Lua Damilare, okay, mostly would be the behavior of the dollar, one, and then two, uh, when the companies have what we call quarterly earnings, when the companies have what we call quarterly earnings, when companies report their earnings, when we have their earnings report, then we can also expect the indices to move. We can also expect indices to move as well. Because don't forget, they are group of stocks. They are group of stocks. All right. This would be a good point to call it a day. Um, let's see. Yeah, you're welcome, Oluwadamilare. This is also quite similar to what we saw for US 30. You can see we have similar pattern right here. Price moved from this low to that high, gave us a pullback. Uh, Even though the pullback is quite shallow, and then price is currently stuck at that resistance. Price is currently stuck at that resistance. Okay, so I need to see some correction before you can join the buy. You may have to wait for some pullback because it's currently sitting at resistance. You may have to see some correction before you take a buy, or wait for price to close above the resistance before you take a buy from that point. Thank you very much. I see Mr. Oyinloye. Thank you very much, sir, for joining. All right, so this is a good place to leave it for today. Uh, Join us same time tomorrow from 8 a.m. for another uh, session for our morning market review. Don't forget, as I highlighted when we started, we have bonuses that we're currently running to boost your trades, help you reach your financial goals even faster. Can get up to 125% that are currently running. The offices are closed for today due to the holiday. From tomorrow, physical activities will resume. But for the rest of today, you can still, of course, reach out to your account managers, and then you will get all the help that you need. All right. Thank you very much again for joining us. Tomorrow is another day. Have a great trading day.